Did you see that?
Sometimes a short video can shake your whole view of the world, and you will feel it. We have collected the most strange discoveries and mysterious moments that can give you a chill, a flash of joy, or a mix of shock and wonder. What you are about to watch are the creepiest and most mind-blowing videos on the internet. They have been spreading everywhere for a long time, but this camera caught one of the most incredible moments ever seen. 36. It was a sunny day, just like any other, when suddenly a bright light flashed across the sky. What happened next will shock you. A man wearing a black hood suddenly appeared, landing on a bench as if he had fallen from the sky. The strange part? There were no tall buildings nearby for him to have jumped from. Then, as if nothing unusual had occurred, the man calmly stood up and walked away. 35. A strange woman caught everyone's attention, but not for the usual reason. At first, she seemed normal, smiling happily as she walked backward, wearing a blue vest. Then something unbelievable happened, and her head turned all the way around. Not just once, but twice. No human can do that. Watch this video carefully and see if you can figure out what is really going on. 34. The glass catfish resembles a magical fish from a fairy tale. Its body is almost entirely transparent, like glass, allowing you to see right through it. As it swims, its organs and bones glow softly, like tiny secrets hidden beneath the water. It is one of the most unusual fish you will ever encounter in freshwater rivers and lakes. 33. This is not Mars, it's just a beach after the rain. Yet, it feels like a scene from a sci-fi movie. The wet sand and unusual colors make it look like another world. 32. What you are seeing here are Aldabra tortoises. Many people do not realize how big tortoises can grow. These giant animals can weigh as much as 550 pounds, and their shells can be as long as 4 feet. Seeing one of these in person without knowing this might make you feel scared at first. Aldabra tortoises live only on the islands of the Aldabra Atoll, which is part of the Seychelles, a group of islands in the Indian Ocean. Also, they are not as slow as many people think. An Aldabra tortoise can walk up to 3/10 of a mile per hour. This may sound slow, but they are faster than you might expect. One more amazing fact is that these tortoises can live for more than 100 years.
Look at him go.
31. A beehive kingdom rests on a tree branch. Thousands of busy bees gather, forming one giant living picture. 30. One late night, a woman saw something very strange in her backyard. The creature had a strange hump and moved on its arms, unlike anything she had ever seen before. It looked like a mix of different animals, something hidden for a long time. But before anyone could get a good look, it disappeared into the darkness. The police arrived, but they couldn't find it or explain what it was. Even now, no one knows what it truly was. 29. I am at a terrible zoo in Romania, where a strange creature is locked in a cage. On Romania's beaches, a mysterious video surfaced showing a creature that looked like an alien from stories, trapped and struggling inside the cage. A tourist filmed it, but after sharing the video, he vanished without a trace. No one knows what he truly saw, but his sudden disappearance suggests that some things are safer left hidden. Whatever was inside that cage was never meant to be seen by anyone. 28. This deep sea fish, called the black dragon or Ediacanthus atlanticus, has dark skin that helps it blend into the deep ocean. With sharp teeth and strong jaws, it is a fierce hunter in the depths of the sea. 27. In 1975, a park worker at Woodlands National Park saw a tall figure with horns. The guards went outside to look. One night, while camping in the forest, they felt something moving near the trees, slow, heavy, and watching them. A soldier said he clearly saw the horns. They all returned safely, but they were frightened. Whatever lives in those woods, it is still there. 26. I do not want to scare you, but please tell me what I just saw. This man was at his local church when something strange happened. The camera moves to a statue of Jesus, and suddenly, the eyes open. 25. A terrifying invisible force appears in this chilling video. A couple was getting off their bike when suddenly, something pulled the woman down. She struggled fiercely, but an unseen force kept dragging her with superhuman strength. The man tried to help her, but he couldn't prevent her from being taken. He held on tightly, but it was all in vain. In the end, the unseen force dragged her away, leaving everyone in shock. 24. Automatic doors at stores are very convenient because they open for anyone. This young deer discovered she could find food inside a grocery store instead of searching in the forest. She happily walked right in and ran down the aisles of a store in Wisconsin. Security cameras captured her playful tour. Then, the workers formed a human wall to gently guide her toward the back door. She danced back outside into the woods. Fortunately, unlike wild bears that sometimes visit stores and cause trouble, this deer did not damage anything. No mess was made, so no cleanup was needed after her little adventure. 23. The video began like a typical school show. Parents sat quietly in the auditorium, watching. Then, the camera shifted to reveal a strange woman. Her neck was bent unnaturally and she wore a creepy smile. Suddenly, she shook her head as if waking up from a spell. Nobody around her noticed anything unusual. 22. Sea turtles look calm and graceful, but remember, they are wild animals with a fierce side. Watch this sea turtle slam down a jellyfish like it is spaghetti, fast and hungry. The leatherback sea turtle, the biggest kind, can grow up to 6 feet long and weigh 2,000 pounds. Because of its size, it needs to eat a lot of jellyfish to survive. Jellyfish are mostly water and can have a strong smell, but turtles do not mind it at all. They eat jellyfish all day. But here is the problem. Turtles sometimes mistake plastic trash for jellyfish. Eating plastic hurts them badly and puts their numbers in danger. If sea turtles disappear, jellyfish would multiply wildly, upsetting nature's balance. Sea turtles play a big role in keeping the ocean's life healthy and balanced. 21. A diver met an octopus she named Scarlet. Scarlet had a small scar under her eye and behaved strangely before coming close. She covered her eyes as if she were shy. Then, very gently, she touched the diver's hand. There were no tricks and no fear, just a calm, quiet touch. It did not feel like a random moment. It felt like Scarlet truly understood. 20. At the end of the rainbow, the people in this video have actually found the rainbow's end. However, there is no pot of gold waiting there. The video shows a car driving past the bright, clear colors of the rainbow, and it looks amazing, doesn't it? A rainbow happens when sunlight spreads out through tiny water drops in the air, usually right after the rain stops and the sun comes out. Rainbows often make people feel happy and hopeful, which is why many say you cannot really reach the end of one. The colors get too close and then disappear. But it seems these few lucky people got to see the end of the rainbow with their own eyes. 19. This woman moved into a cheap apartment. After just 1 week, she realized why it was so inexpensive. Strange and scary things began to happen that shocked her. She decided to make a video to share these creepy moments. While she was speaking, the door behind her suddenly opened by itself. She stopped and looked but tried to remain calm. Then something even scarier occurred. The chair behind her started rocking and tipping back, as if an invisible ghost were sitting on it. This frightened her so much that she left the apartment immediately. Later, she asked the landlord to refund her money. 18. A ghost was in the room. The boy was just relaxing in his room. not knowing what would happen next. Suddenly, something invisible grabbed his leg and pulled him hard. Scared, the boy jumped up and ran out quickly. But the strange thing did not stop there. The door next to the exit slowly creaked open by itself, as if the ghost had walked right through it. 17. The sea cucumber is one of the ocean's strangest animals. There are about 1,500 species, ranging from a few centimeters to several feet long. Despite their odd appearance, they play a vital role in ocean health. Like oysters filter water, sea cucumbers clean the ocean floor. What you see is a sea cucumber excreting waste from the same opening it breathes through. Sea cucumbers act like natural fertilizer factories. They crawl along the ocean floor, eating algae, fungi, and tiny plankton, then produce nutrient-rich waste that keeps the seafloor healthy. Collectively, sea cucumbers produce around 70,000 tons of sandy nutrients annually. They are like underwater earthworms, supporting coral reefs and improving the ocean environment for all marine life. 16. Late one night, a man was quietly working at his food stall in Malaysia when a woman approached him. But she was no ordinary customer. Her eyes were pale and completely white without any pupils. Her mouth was even more frightening, marked by a large dark stain stretching oddly to one side. She resembled Sherelle, a ghost from local legends. She stood perfectly still, staring directly at the camera without blinking once. The man avoided looking at her or meeting her eyes because many people in Southeast Asia believe that if you look into Sherelle's eyes, she can take control of you. 15. A young crocodile swims underwater, cooing the spooky music because one of the most feared predators is near. Although many fear crocodiles for their ability to grow up to 20 feet long, weigh over 1,000 pounds, and have powerful jaws, this little croc looks completely adorable. It is just learning to float, moving its head and snout toward you while its limbs spread wide as if it wants a hug. When this video was shared online, it quickly went viral, making people laugh at how silly the baby croc looks. But don't be fooled. One day, this cute little croc will grow into a fierce, dangerous adult. So, enjoy the cuteness while it lasts. 14. A strange change occurred that no one can explain. A bird flew in and landed on a pole. At first, everything seemed normal. Then, the bird stretched its wings high into the air. Suddenly, something shocking happened. Another pair of wings grew from its body. Without moving any of its wings, the bird began to float in the air, staying still with all its wings spread wide. After a few seconds, it shot straight up into the sky, as if an invisible force were pulling it. How the bird changed like that remains a real mystery. 13. Everyone, even cats, needs privacy. Manuel, the palace cat, looks unhappy because a camera is invading his space. Manuel is a wild cat with thick gray fur. Like all cats, no matter how fierce, he can be very cute. He seems both curious and annoyed by the camera. It's funny how he slowly moves closer to inspect it, then quietly slips out of view. These cats live in wild places such as the Caucasus, Iranian Plateau, Hindu Kush, Himalayas, Tibetan Plateau, Altai-Sayan region, and South Siberian mountains. Their numbers are declining due to poaching and habitat loss. Although some conservation efforts exist, they are not enough to save them from danger. 12. In broad daylight, could this really be a shapeshifter? The video shows a strange creature standing by the road, towering over tall buildings. It had large horns on its head and looked confused, as if it didn't belong there. The person filming made a big mistake, so they didn't run away. Instead, they had to hide from whatever this thing was. After looking around, possibly searching for food or others like itself, the creature suddenly ran away. Everyone was left shocked, asking, "What just happened?" 11. A fire cloud floats above a frozen mountain peak, as if nature is exhaling its own fiery breath. 10. The creature was hiding in the tree, so at first, you might not notice it. However, when the video is slowed down and a picture is taken, you can see this tree dweller staring directly at the person filming. The person felt something strange as he approached and quickly ran away. But when he looked back, the creature's glowing eyes caught his gaze. It had a tiny body and a head unlike anything else on Earth. It's clear why these tree creatures hide. They don't want us to see them. Even now, we still don't know what truly lives deep in the woods. 9. The floodwaters transformed the forest into a strange underwater world filled with swimming fish everywhere. 8. A couple was enjoying a pleasant weekend when the man heard a strange voice coming from behind the woman. Curious, he decided to record it. They were ghost hunters who loved collecting unusual items from their cases and displaying them on their wall. However, this time, putting up their latest souvenir turned out to be a big mistake. Behind the woman, there was a creepy clown doll on the wall, and suddenly, it started moving on its own. At first, it seemed like the doll had simply fallen off the swing. However, the person filming sensed something was wrong, so he kept the camera focused. Then, something strange happened. The doll suddenly stretched out its arms as if it were alive. The cameraman became very frightened and startled the woman, who screamed and jumped off the couch. The video ended abruptly as they both tried to run away from the doll. 7. In the Amazon, a biologist saw what he believed was a tree trunk. Then it blinked. Slow tentacles emerged from its sides. It looked like part animal, part plant, something he had never seen before. It did not attack or run away. It simply remained there, alive. The biologist quietly stepped back. No one could explain what he had seen. 6. You dive deep to take an amazing underwater selfie, feeling like the star. Then you look at the photo and realize you're not the main character. Something else has stolen the show. 5. Scientists discovered a tiny creature with a hard shell and many legs. It moved in a strange way like a little robot turtle. Then it laughed. A soft, childlike giggle filled the lab. Everyone stopped in shock. This creature was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. No one could explain it. If this came from the Amazon, who knows what other strange and amazing things might still be waiting to be found there? 4. Have you ever seen a sunset so strange that it made you wonder if it was real? It feels like a secret trick played by the camera. Was this beautiful sunset a natural wonder, or just a clever illusion meant to fool our eyes? 3. Foresters were filming in the woods when they saw something very strange. A bent-over figure with long arms and a tail stood completely still. It did not move at all. They remained silent, recorded it on film, and then left quickly. The video spread rapidly. Some people said it was a troll, while others warned about the best time to leave the woods. No one knows for sure what it was, and no one has dared to return since. 2. A huge space rock called a meteoroid rushed toward Earth at an incredible speed. It flew through the sky faster than a race car, reaching speeds of up to 72 kilometers per second. As it entered the atmosphere, it blazed brightly like a fiery arrow streaking across the dark sky. 1. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera, a man on a bike almost gets hit by a truck. Suddenly, a figure flashes in at lightning speed and pulls him away just in time. This happened in China and is being shared online as proof of an angel. Some say it's a person with teleportation powers, while others call it a hoax. However, many believe it shows that guardian angels really protect us. So, what do you think? Is it real or fake? You decide. Now today's pick. Angels are all around us in pictures, books, and stories. They appear in many religions, and people say they have seen their own guardian angels. The internet is full of photos and videos claiming to show these holy beings. Look at this photo. Does it show a real angel? Many imagine angels as majestic winged creatures or cute little winged children. But the Bible describes angels as strange and different from these images. Curious. Check out what seraphim really look like. You might be surprised. What's your take? Do you believe angels are among us? Share your thoughts below. Before moving on, try this quick challenge. Like this video, hit subscribe, and ring the bell. That's all.